All right, got the coffee. I'm gonna set you down here while we talk about this. I wanted to talk about today how you, as a business owner, can create content right now and start building your personal brand online with video today in the next 10 minutes. And so this daily routine is for the busy business owners. And this is something that you can do every single day. And I'm gonna challenge you to do it for 30 days. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what to do and how to do it in only 10 minutes a day using this routine. So let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, I'm just gonna remind you, you don't need any fancy gear or equipment or a ton of money to get started making content. And so if this is you, if this is something that you've struggled with before, of like just getting started, I wanna give you the permission to do so. And I'm gonna tell you this, all you need is your iPhone to start off with. Get an iPhone, stand next to a window or a good light, and you're off to the races. And the reason this is applicable is because everybody has an iPhone, right? Or at least some sort of smartphone. Now, you're excluded from this if you actually don't have an iPhone. In that case, let me know in the comments. I wanna know how many people out there don't have an iPhone. But if you have an iPhone, you already have an edge and you already have a extremely strong computer and camera in your pocket that you can do all of this on. All right, for the first 2 minutes, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna plan. And this includes researching exactly what type of content that you're wanting to put out. If you don't have any idea, I highly recommend you, or even if you do have an idea, I recommend that you go and research and see what is actually working on social. So whatever platform you're creating content for, I recommend making a YouTube video that's, 3 to 5 minutes, and then using that to cut it up using AI tools, or you can cut it up yourself, and then using that as their short form content on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc. When you're researching, these are a few ways you can format your videos and some good ideas of pieces of content to get started. The first one is gonna be the 3-5-7 rule. And so this is gonna be either 3 tips, 5 common issues, or 7 best of whatever it is. So for example, you could do 3 tips on how to burn belly fat, 5 common mistakes when you're trying to lose your belly fat, 7 best foods to stay away from when you're trying to burn stubborn belly fat. And these are just hypothetical situations and scenarios, and each niche and industry is different. And so use your expertise, use your knowledge from what you know in order to create content in this format. If you find something else while you're researching that's what's called an outlier, something that gets a ton of views whenever it's like a small account. And so I want you to research your niche, research other people's niches, and see what is going viral and apply those ideas to your specific situation and your industry. So research, use the 3-5-7 format. You could do FAQ, which is frequently asked questions. That also shows you're an authority in the space. They may not get as many views unless they're really, really interesting facts. But your whole idea with building a personal brand is creating content that resonates with your buyer and your intended client. And so if you don't get 1 million views, don't be sad on every single video. As long as you're reaching the right people as a business owner, that's what you're striving to do. Another very effective piece of content that I've seen work in my own business, my own content, and our clients' content is storytelling. Anytime you can tell a story in an intriguing way, this is going to increase your engagement and watch time overall, therefore signaling to the platforms that's a good piece of content. And so people love a good story. That's why movies are such a tremendous and huge market, is because people just like being sucked into other people's stories, and it kind of takes them out of where they're currently at and into a new space that they've never discovered before. So tell stories of like things that have gone wrong, things that you did that day, like exciting things or things you didn't even expect to happen. Like you were going to the grocery store, but you got a flat tire. What did you do? Explain the whole thing, and it's bound to get more engagement. All right, so now that you've planned everything, step 2 is going to be filming. And this is gonna be probably the easiest part. I want you to do this. I want you to take your iPhone, let me grab my iPhone real quick, and flip it horizontally, just like this. Horizontally, this is vertically. And so I want you to put it up against a window or put it on a tripod that you have, and I want you to just hit record, okay? And this is gonna be one take. This is the only way to make this attainable and reasonable to do every single day in 10 minutes. And so you're gonna put it horizontal, right? And we're gonna frame this as a YouTube video. So make sure to put it horizontal. A good window with some good light is great. And so once you have your idea, you're gonna just execute and film the idea that you have planned out. And so if it's 3 tips on how to burn stubborn belly fat, you're gonna go introduce yourself, introduce why they should listen to you and what they're gonna get out of the video, and then go into the 3 tips. And then you're gonna do what's called a call to action. By the way, if I'm going too fast, rewind and watch this again. You're gonna do a call to action at the end saying, hey, if you wanna learn more, go deeper, here's a link in the description to contact me, book a call, buy our course, whatever it is that you're selling. And then that way they have a clear action and next step to take if they want to. So once you do this, you want to try to do it in one take, and it's going to probably take some practice in order to start doing things in one take. The planning is where you get the real meat and potatoes of what you're saying. And so if you have a good plan and an outline, you're going to know it like the back of your head because you are the expert in whatever it is you're teaching or selling. And so if you have trouble coming up with ideas or talking about this certain topic for more than 5 minutes, then go and learn about what it is that you want to be an authority in or expert in your niche. The next step is going to be posts. And so you want to post this on YouTube and find somebody that you like to watch on YouTube that's in your similar niche, and just basically format the description and tags exactly how they would do it. This is the quickest way to get going, and that way you don't have to spend hours researching. You can just basically copy and paste, put in your own information. You don't necessarily want to plagiarize their content, so make it a little custom, but the overall layout, find somebody who's doing it successfully and just replicate what they're doing because it's working. And so you don't want to reinvent the wheel. So on posting, you're not going to edit this video. I mean, you can edit the in and out section. So just post the part that you are actually talking. Like, don't post anything with silences or like false information. This is why it's important to get it right in the first take. And so just hit record, film your thing, hit end, and then go to YouTube and upload it directly there. So you immediately have, and it's only been about 10 minutes at this point by the time you've gotten your idea. In 2 minutes, you've filmed, in 4 to 5 minutes, and then the next 3 minutes you're going to post. Post it on YouTube, and then go and post it on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever other platforms you want to do. Take a few more minutes to cut it up into some short clips. All you got to do is switch the aspect ratio in the Photos app, and you can do it right there and save a copy. Throw some captions on there using the Instagram and TikTok tools, and you're off to the races. Now you have just successfully created content in only 10 minutes, and this is something that you can do every day. If you can't carve out 10 minutes to make content for your business, then you need to rethink your systems overall as a business owner. And so this is something I hope has been practical and something you've been able to utilize. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this method or if you're planning on trying this method. I'm curious to see. If you want to go further, we do have a community called the Brand Builders Community. This is the kind of stuff we talk about, building a personal brand using video content online. And so there's going to be a link in the description if you're interested in that. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.